2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Hello everyone, it's Friday the 23rd of December. It's Mike in for Jamie, it's Festivus, and a very happy birthday to Matt Baker, Carol Ann Duffy, Finn Wolfhard and Eddie Vedder. It may be close to Christmas, but there's no sign of a peaceful settlement for any of the ongoing strikes. Friday sees Border Force staff walk out at 6 major airports, and as ambulance workers vote for further strike action in January, a new report shows that even before Wednesday's strikes, this is the worst winter on record for ambulance delays. Saffron Caudry of NHS providers says in the short term at least, things are only going to get worse.
We know that the pressure is going to mount over the next couple of days because there's very likely to be some knock-on impacts, including those people who didn't come forward for treatment over the past couple of days.
Matthew Taylor, Chief Executive of the NHS Confederation, says the current situation is just not workable and it needs the government to take some form of positive action.
We need leadership, we need imagination, because the health service cannot deal with a winter of industrial action without there being severe effects on patient well-being.
Good morning. Britain's resident physician Dr Amir Khan says it's just not possible for the NHS to keep going as things are.
Much of the NHS is run on goodwill, but goodwill doesn't pay the bills, it doesn't pay your rent, it doesn't get you to work in your car. You know, we need our staff, the people who care for us and will care for you in your time of need, to be paid and valued properly.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky made a big impression with his speech to the US Houses of Congress. His passionate plea for continued aid and explanation that it wasn't for charity but an investment in democracy resonated with politicians on all sides in the US. Soon to step down House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was a big fan.
It was one of the finest speeches I've ever heard in the Congress. It was historic in that he and Churchill are the only 2 wartime presidents who have come here to talk about asking our help and thanking us for our anticipated help.
The speech didn't go down quite so well in Russia, as you might expect, and the Russian Foreign Affairs spokesperson Maria Zakharova had quite a bit to say about Mr. Zelensky.
They probably acted on the principle that Zelensky is their son of a bitch, and accordingly, he is allowed anything. Furthermore, he is not just their son of a bitch, he is also their instrument in opposing our country.
Scotland's Parliament voted on Thursday on new legislation that makes it easier for people to change their gender. It removes the need for a medical diagnosis of gender dysphoria and lowers the legal age to 16. Social Justice Secretary Shona Robinson spoke in Parliament before the vote and urged MSPs to vote to make life easier for transgender people at a time when violence against them is on the rise.
I hope that we can unite and agree to tackle and challenge transphobia wherever and whenever it occurs.
Similar laws already exist in Ireland and Denmark, with Spain voting on a similar bill through on Thursday. But the UK government has expressed concern about the legislation. There was strong opposition and lobbying in Scotland, including from children's novelist J.K. Rowling, but presiding officer Alison Johnson had the results.
The motion is therefore agreed and the Gender Recognition Reform Scotland Bill is passed.
Benjamin Netanyahu staged a remarkable comeback on Thursday as he successfully formed a new coalition government which will see him return as Israeli Prime Minister. The coalition agreement took weeks to conclude and will create what The Guardian described as the most right-wing and anti-Arab government in Israeli history. Mr. Netanyahu is still due to stand trial on corruption charges, but he's not letting that hold him back.
I wanted to let you know that thanks to the huge public support we received during the elections, I am able to form a government that will take care of all citizens of Israel, and I intend, of course, to establish it as soon as possible.
Still to come on the Smart 7, it's Carabao Cup delight for Manchester City, and Dolly Parton talks rock and roll. Right after this. Welcome back.
Thursday night saw the final quarter-final spot in the Carabao Cup decided. Manchester City were at home to Liverpool in the last 16, and both sides seemed happy to have a pre-Christmas run-out after the 6 weeks or so of a World Cup break. It turned into a 5-goal thriller with goals from Erling Haaland, Riyad Mahrez and Mo Salah, but City did enough to win 3-2 and knock the holders out. Mahrez sounded pretty confident when asked about City's chances of lifting the cup.
Well, I don't know who's left. I think we beat Chelsea and Liverpool. Two top teams. We will see, but we're going to take game by game and concentrate on the next Premier League game.
Now, Dolly Parton's had a busy year. She's booked in for a New Year's Eve spectacular with real-life goddaughter Miley Cyrus, live from Miami. She's also been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we discovered she's recorded a secret single that won't be released until 2045. Anyway, she popped up with Kelly Clarkson to discuss how she modestly doesn't see herself as an icon.
I always think of myself more as an eyesore than an icon. But, you know, I used to think when I was young, if I made it like I'd hoped I would, how people would remember me when I was older. Now I'm older, and it's really nice to look back and think that, you know, I might have done something that's helped inspire some other people.
American politics has been nothing but dramatic for the last few years. The crazy world of Donald Trump, the big lie about the election, and the Capitol Hill riots. As we come up to the second anniversary of the January 6th riots, and as a congressional committee releases its detailed report, there's a brand new documentary about to drop. It's streaming from the eve of the anniversary on Discovery Plus and tells the inside story of what happened on the day with first-hand testimony, including from Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
Security pulled me right from the podium.
Seeing her removed means we can no longer secure the chamber.
The Capitol has been breached.
The Capitol has been breached.
We're in danger. You have to leave the chamber.
Lock the doors. We need to move now.
Go, go, go.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.